What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. We are again in the world of Hearts of Iron 4. I'm going to admit I just stole this idea off a video that I watched recently that I thought was really cool. They played the game because they were good at it. I don't know how to play it, so I'm going to put the AI only spin on it. But we're doing country roulette. If you're not familiar, there's like every certain amount of days there's a button somewhere. I've now lost it. It's here. So there's 30 days, 180 a year, 2 years, close to 2 years, that you just random which country you are. Now we're doing 30 days for all of 1936. We'll go through 12 countries. Hopefully I won't have to play too much in that time. Like I can just mess with the focuses and not actually break things, if that makes sense. And then from 1937 we'll just let whatever we've created in the world happen. That's kind of my plan. So we're going to start off in the UK. We could get 11 very small countries, so it might not be too fun, but we're going to see how it goes. And immediately, obviously, like I said, we're going to just go for the focuses. The UK have a huge tree. I'm not an expert. We're going to pick something interesting, though. So you've got reinforce the empire, revisit colonial policy, which I believe sort of leads to them getting rid of their colonies. And then over here we've got some of the more interesting options, such as steady as she goes here, which will stay democracy. And then we've got a changing course where you could go communist or fascist. I'm not going to go that way, but I am going to pick one of these. Oh, these two are separate. Okay, maybe we go for one of these. They could stick the way, normal way. Could be interesting. Secure Iraq, secure Iran. What are we going to go for? Invading Sweden, Belgium, and this is not the normal path. What is the normal path? I'm confused. Like this shows how little I play. I'm like, which one is normal? That's interesting. But let's do this one. I want to see what happens. Let's pick this one. Oh, it does. That leads towards communism. We didn't want that. Let's go with steady as she goes then. 35 days, so we won't even get to complete that. But yeah, I'm going to let it go. I won't do too much. I don't know. I'll pick their researches so they're not behind on like the basic things. But apart from that, and their construction as well. But I won't do anything crazy. Okay, February came around and we are the Guangxi clique instead. So I'm not too sure what choices we'll have to make here. They've gone industrial invest, but I guess they're going to have a pretty... Yeah, some of this is not really going to help us. Like, I'm not going to have much time to... 30 days is not a lot of time to... sort of commit to one of these trees. In fact, it's nothing at all because there's 70 days, so I'm not even going to get to pick one for these guys. We're just moving on. But it was fun to visit. Okay, I was confused. March wasn't working, but it's because February is a short month, isn't it? We are now Chile. Not the most influential. Again, we will get to choose a focus for these guys because there's a few days left on the industrial effort. But again, little impact because the only part of the tree that would be interesting is down here and I can't get down there, so certainly not in the time I have. Oh, now we are in Venezuela. Didn't move too far. Do you guys have anything unique? Not really. Again, I don't have many DLCs, so that might be impacting. I'm looking to get them. Next sale we'll get them. But Japanese young officer called... Oh, this guy died. We close to this, 27 days. I don't think we're even going to get to pick anything, but it looks like they are going communist or nationalist in Venezuela, which is pretty interesting. While we're here, I mean, it's only May. I think I'm going to do 1937 as well, just because it's going slow. Okay, I can't actually see what the UK is doing. I was going to be like, what, have we had much of an impact there or not? But there we go. We go into Afghanistan next. They're going to finish construction effort. Okay, this is not panned out how we'd hope. What I can start to do, though, I believe, is spend some of these nations' political power. I'll find the buttons, don't worry. Ignore that I'm bad at this. Where's the button? How do I do the government thing? What am I doing? It's here somewhere. There it is. So we can start like hiring political advisors. So like Afghanistan, we could bring in a communist or a fascist. So let's bring in a fascist. Italy did just annex Ethiopia. That was not too difficult for them. That's fairly standard as we become El Salvador. Okay, we didn't have much impact on El Salvador, and now we are Shaanxi. Again, don't know. Okay, we do have some political power, so we might be able to do something here with these guys. They actually are... Oh, these guys actually have their own focus tree. Or at least it seems a bit more unique. Are we going to be able to pick anything? 8 days? Oh, it's going to be close. Let me see if I can spend some political power first. No, you need 150. Okay, well that's not going to happen. But let's see if we can get a focus in. Who knows? Oh, there we go. We do get that one. So, oh, these are pretty nice. But what we can do... Again, we're not going to be able to pick, which is kind of annoying, but we will secure internal politics for them. Push them down that road. And we are in Yunnan. We're getting a real tour of everyone apart from Europe, aren't we? This is going to be a very normal World War II. They have gone local arms production. I'm not going to be able to change that in time, so not much I can do here. They're not going to have enough political power either before I turn around. Paraguay. This is just South America and Asia. This is interesting. We're not really getting to do much, and again, they don't have the ability to do anything at the moment. This army effort. 5 days, 3 days. Are we going to get there? Oh, we just get there. We'll do political effort. Maybe force them into choosing to go one way or the other. And we are in Norway. Right, Norway. We should be able to do something here. Okay, probably not. We could actually... I think we can just cancel the focuses, so in theory. But the problem is that still, like, picking political effort isn't going to have a great change. Oh, we have changed into Menkuko. Another one where I don't know if we'll be able to influence again too much, because it's just not 30 days is not long enough. But there we go, we keep going. I think you can manually do it. We could always do 60 days or something next time, but it's fine as we become Japan, or Japanese shogunate, as they're called here, which is, they have a much smaller tree than I thought they would have had. That's again lack of DLC. Okay, what do we do? Modern. There must be something interesting we can pick here. They're currently doing this one, which is mutually exclusive, but it just gives research speed. That's fine. What does this do? Game-based stability, war power. Okay, do that. War support down. Or war support up. Maybe we should pick one here. We should try and force... Oh, actually, both of these lead to the same thing, but... Let's force them to pick. Let's go this one. Modern shogun. We cannot... Okay, we can't even... I thought we could change. Apparently we can't. Never mind. Dang. Okay, we can't even spend anything. 100 days is not that long. I'm not being able to have much impact. Sorry, 30 days. There's not much we can do. Iraq is next on the queue. They have gone neutrality, so that's fun, isn't it, Iraq? They're already committed to that one. They don't have any political power. It's fun. Maybe I should just give myself some. There must be a way to do it. There is a Spanish Civil War ongoing, though, in other news. Looks like the nationalists are getting crushed. And we have gone to Austria. Interesting. And Poland has a civil war. I was nothing to do with that, so that's pretty interesting. There we go. We have a green Poland and a red Poland. I mean, that is interesting. We'll see how that pans out. Probably not well for either. Whoever wins this probably won't live, but, you know, it's worth a try. Ireland. Still no political power. The AI is good at spending it, aren't they? We're not even going to get to do this construction effort. 30 days just isn't the one. But we'll see. It could be... I mean, basically, we just picked one focus for the UK so far. That's the only real thing we've done of any importance. It is on non-historical focus, so there will be some weird stuff going on. Probably what has led to this Polish war. We are in Italy, though. Potential allies in the Balkans. You have a big tree. Where is that? Where on earth is that? So that's this one. When does that end? 9 days. So we are going to get to pick one for the Italians. There's a lot of options here. Spanish-Italian alliance, befriend Portugal, Pact of Steel, guarantee Austrian independence, Albanian occupation. There's some options we could put here. An Italian-British faction would be kind of interesting. I don't know how possible that is, and it would obviously, if I pick guarantee Austrian independence, that breaks this Pact of Steel and would put Italy at odds with Germany, I believe, if Germany tried to Anschluss. So that could be a fun one. We're back in Ireland. Didn't take long, but we're back. They're just not, again, they're just doing focuses. I can't even do anything for them. The Little Entente has been reaffirmed. Who has joined that? The Czechs and Yugoslavia. Okay, just them. It's an interesting faction. We'll see if more nations join. I wouldn't be surprised if they got involved in the Poland Civil War. And we become the USA. Again, not much I can choose here. 23 days. Okay, we will get to do something here. Okay, we could push the US on an interesting path. Why not? We've done some interesting things already. Let's hit this button and see what it does. I'm sure it won't affect the game in the long run. We're on July, so there's only a few more focuses we can pick, but we'll see how it goes. There seems to be a war between Thundercross Latvia. That is pretty cool. And normal Latvia. And the other civil wars are still ongoing. As you see, 3 civil wars. We are in Tibet. They have political power to spend. Nice. That's something we can do for once. With the Tibetans, we have to get them on the path to something. What are we going to go for? I think Tibet would make an interesting communist nation. Why not? Although we just did that with the US too, but who knows how that will play out. Tanatuva, let's go. Not much I think we can do here. They are, yeah, I mean, they're going down the path you'd expect. Not much else I can do there. We're back in the Guangxi clique for the second time, and we can actually choose a focus because it just happened to end. And there's some good choices here. Cooperate with the communists, the nationalists, or I'm guessing this is just be the opposition. Let's cooperate with the nationalists. I've helped communism quite a bit. I think I've set the US on that path as well. Let's give these guys a fascist demagogue as well, just to make sure. See how that pans out. But I think we accidentally set the US on a bit of a communist path, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, and Red Poland died to the Polish Peasants' Republic, so they are now a communist nation. That does change things up, because that means they're more likely to join the Comintern if Germany goes after them, instead of there being sort of a Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Spanish civil... Oh, Spain was about to win, and then a Red Spain just emerged out of nowhere. And there is a Soviet Union civil war. I had nothing to do with that, so that's interesting. They are both equally communist. Okay, we're in Australia, which is pretty interesting. Let's see what... And we could do some interesting focuses. Never another Gallipoli. What will this do? Can decline call to war. So I think this basically sever ties with the UK. This could be... Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how that pans out for the Australians. Oh my goodness. Spain is just, as normal, descending into chaos. But we have one more nation to go in the randomizer, and then we're just going into an AI only, as per usual. But as you can see, the Union of Soviet Republics doing a good job. They are pushing through. As we become Tanatuva again. Okay, cool. That is fine. That's not an issue. I can switch country roulette off. And then I'm just going to hit observe. And there we go. We are just observing now. I will go back to observing as someone big. See the world. Let's see. What path did we set the UK on? They never picked another focus. Of course they didn't. After I intervened. Fair enough. So the Soviet Union was annexed by the Union of Soviet Republics, which is pretty big. We'll see how that pans out for them. The other civil wars are yet to end, but I also noticed the US is becoming increasingly communist at 16%, so we'll probably have their own civil war. And you have a Mexico that has also gone communist. That is a cool flag. But there you go, 62%. So we'll see how that goes. Faction-wise, nothing crazy. You've got the Allies, Germany alone in the Axis, and then you have the Czech Entente. It's still 1938, so it's a bit early for anything crazy, but I haven't paid much attention to Germany at all. They are about to Anschluss Austria, which I believe will potentially cause some issues with Italy guaranteeing their independence. Okay, so Austria rejected it, so Germany gets the war goal, and I think the Italians would defend them. I'm not sure they would win, but there you go, German Reich. This is our first non-civil war, and it is German-Italian war. Germany versus Austria, Italy, Albania, and Italian East Africa. And according to this, and this is accurate because I'm watching as Germany, they're heavily outnumbered somehow. I don't know what's gone wrong there, but it's not looking great. Oh my goodness, the French have also gone communist. Everyone's gone communist in this world. I might have set the US on the wrong path when I had the chance. There is a treaty. Germany annexes Austria, so... Okay, but it still continues. I have no idea how that's separated, but they are still at war with the Italians. It was March 39. I'm not sure where it was when I last sort of chipped in, but it's been pretty peaceful. But Germany has just expanded that war, and that Peru-Ecuador war has emerged at some point as well. But Germany versus Italy, it seems they've managed to bring in Romania, Czechoslovakia, and the French Commune, and Yugoslavia with the Czech Entente, which is probably not great for the Germans. But we'll see how that goes. They have been not exactly progressing on the Italian borders. We'll see what this means for Germany. It looks like France has already broken through. And it looks like the Czechs have also... They were not expecting this, were they? Is there any troops on these lines? There's a few. There's not many, but there's... Okay. Oh god, but Yugoslavia is breaking apart at the same time. Croatia just emerging and joining the Axis. I'm not sure they'll last too long. The Italians, who are also getting pushed south from Venice, are making a comeback here. So yeah, this is not looking good for Germany. Probably not the right time to be thinking about invading the Soviet Union, that's for sure. Mexico versus the Netherlands. Mexico versus the US. You guys good? The Bolivia... Oh my goodness, there are so many wars. Why is Mexico declaring war on every... The US just joined the Allies, and then a civil war broke out with the Confederacy. I am so confused. How did that even happen? What is going on? Are they all... They're not on Mexico's team. I am so confused. There is some big wars going on right now. Okay, there's two majors. So there's the Latvian Civil War, which has been a stalemate for quite a while. There's all the Spain wars, okay, and then there's Germany versus the Czech Entente and Italy, okay, and then the other one then. So it's the Allies, which is Britain, Netherlands, their colonies, not Australia. They did refuse to join, I see, and the UK is in there. The Philippines, Dutch. There is so many major powers like here that you'd have to capitulate. Versus Mexico, the Dominican Republic, and the Confederacy of American States. Okay, I mean, I think Mexico will lose this, but rather bold of them. The bigger news, though, ignoring what's going on in the US right now, is the probable capitulation and defeat of the German Reich. It's not gone well. He got Austria, failed to break through in Italy, and now the Czechs and French have Berlin. Not sure what sort of peace deal this will yield. It's going to be pretty weird for Europe to have a peace so early. But we'll see. Germany should capitulate very soon, I would imagine. They are on their own here, so this is not going to go too well. And there it is. Italy took 10 states, which is worrying. Oh my god, I can already see it in sort of Prussia. Yugoslavia took 4, French Commune took 6, Croatia was annexed, Germany is now democratic, and Micronesia has been liberated. So Italy got most of Austria, so they didn't even liberate the Austrians, which is what they were defending. The French Commune picked up a load of territory here, and a German Republic now exists, and this is disgusting. Why is Italy held on to that? Oh my goodness, Germany did not learn their lesson. They immediately declared war on the Allies and the Czech Entente again. I'm not sure if something broke there, like why has that happened? And then Lithuania joined the Allies, because I think Germany attacked the Allies, and Germany is now on the side of the Mexican Soviets. I am so lost, but there you go. What is going on in this world? Well, the German Republic was sort of crushed again. They don't really exist anymore, apart from in this tiny bit of land. So hopefully they've learnt their lesson. Oh no, they do exist. Sorry, never mind. There's 2 German republics. Lovely. That's not confusing at all. Hopefully they've learnt their lesson. The French Commune get even stronger, and I think Greece... They're still independent, but they're now called Czechoslovakian Greece. That is interesting. I don't know how Greece got involved there. They were communist, so it's a strange one. But Europe's got peace kind of again, apart from Spain and Latvia. And again, our focus is over here in the west. Oh, well, Mexico just split. They're all the same colour, but there is at least 3 Mexico, 4, 5, there's like 7 Mexicos here. Catholic Mexico, so, okay, maybe not. Okay, they are, okay, why is this, there's 2 Mexicos, they're the same colour, they have alternating strips of land. That's, and the US Confederates have gone as well. The US, oh, Catholic Mexico seems to have won that war. And they are at peace with the United States, who themselves probably are about to have a civil war. There we go, Catholic Mexico. They're very fascist. We do have a new war out in the east. Japan declaring war on the communist China, but not the other Chinas. So, not sure how they're supposed to fight each other, but that's going on. Apart from that, faction-wise, it's pretty interesting. You've got the 4th International, which is just the Soviets. You have Poland in the Allies with the US and Mexico, and then Britain's colonies. And then the Czech Entente is the main other faction in the world, which is France and a lot of the Balkan nations. And the 2 new nations are now at war. Poland declared war on the winning Latvia, and now, oh my goodness, Chile is joining the Allies. What is going on? The American-Peruvian War. So the Allies now, with Poland fighting fund across Latvia, Peru and El Salvador. Interesting. That shouldn't be too hard for them to beat Latvia for Poland. But they will have to capitulate Peru somehow. Oh, America just flipped communist with no civil war. I didn't even notice that. But Earl here, he won. See what that means for them going forward. Poland versus Italy. I was not expecting that one. I think it's this America, they've just joined the Peruvian War, so it's now Italy on this side. So it's basically the Allies against them, the communist states of America, Britain. This is Italy. I think is the good guy in this world, believe it or not. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Despite Mussolini being in charge, defended Austria. Now he's been invaded by Poland, who don't even border. Oh, technically they do border. They did border each other in that weird little block, but apart from that, yeah. Now Italy's just got to fight this war alone, pretty much, against the UK and Poland, who they don't even border. All the while, the Soviets, the Union of Soviet Republics, have not really done anything. I don't know where exactly. If they're looking for anything crazy, it seems they're pretty internally focused at the moment. We'll see if they get any ideas at some point. Poland just became the Commonwealth of Socialist Republics. Pretty cool. And the UK now has that gross Italy territory. But there we go, nothing much. Italy at home at least, unaffected for now. Oh, never mind. Poland is now going after Estonia as well. They're just not stopping. Oh, and the Czech Entente is defending them. So there we go. I don't know what it's going to look like in here. Yes, that does bring the French faction into war with the Allies and the South American League. So it's South American League and the Czech Entente versus the Allies. So Poland has actually caused World War II basically by being aggressive, and the Czechs are just walking in again. They had the same against Germany, which is interesting. Yeah, the French, that's a big ally to get. But this could be interesting. This probably isn't going to end for a while, and the Soviets will just be on the sidelines. Interesting war in Asia. Still 0 casualties, so that's good. This is now the main world war. I don't know why it's repeated, but this is the main one. And there is casualties here. Certainly not the numbers you might normally see in the millions, which is good. Hundreds of thousands instead. Britain, the main loser. Oh no, actually Poland, which makes sense. And the US has lost quite a few to France. I don't know if are they trying to naval invade? I think that's mostly in Africa, but I could be wrong. Britain has sort of been fighting them down there. Oh, wait, what? Nation Frank what? France appears to be in a civil war, but I can't see. Oh, with a tiny portion here, okay. That is not too big. Panama joins the Allies because I think Mexico just declared war on them. Plenty going on right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's... Oh wait, who? Union of Soviet Republics. Is that... Japan did declare war on them. That was confusing because it said Union of Soviet Republics of Europe and Asia, but that is the same. Okay, so Japan does go after the Soviets. That's interesting. That's pretty much just a head-to-head. The Soviets are not involved in any European conflict, so that'll just be out here in the east. It could go interesting. And now Japan is at war with China. The German Republic joins the Allies, which was probably not smart because they're just going to get the third war between Germany and Czechoslovakia already. Not great. They're just going to get wiped off the map this time, and as this war is not ending for a while, they won't come back. Catholic Mexico is doing well against the US. I think that's because they've been pouring troops into Europe. Okay, Japan, that's not looking too great. They are at war with most of the world. The Allies is a big faction, and so is the 4th International by landmass. I think the Allies are starting to have some progress in Europe. Germany is surviving for longer than you'd expect. The Netherlands, to be honest, I'd forgotten about, are doing okay. And you see this French breakaway nation is about to split France off, which is pretty bad. Yeah, they've really started to grow. And this, I mean, they're not letting the Brits in yet. I thought you might see like British troops pile in, but they could sever the south part here, and all these French troops could be in a lot of trouble. Okay, the Soviet Union, or Union of Soviets, is now at war with the Czech Entente. I believe again that probably all sits. Is it still? It is just the Allies? No, it can't be. Okay, so the Allies and the 4th International have teamed up. So that's the Comintern and your standard Allies minus France. I know it's a communist US as well, so it's kind of communists and Britain versus Japan. Japan actually did join the Czech Entente, so we do have one major world war, which is still manageable, and it's just the Czech Entente now versus the world, basically. And the French Commune are struggling. They're not looking great. So the Allies certainly benefiting there. So again, towards the end of 1941, Italy cleared up the fascist France, but didn't give the land back to the French Commune, which is interesting. The Czechs have sort of stalled on their progress into the Commonwealth. Obviously, they are now all fighting, well, not all, because they're fighting the Commonwealth and the Soviets on this eastern front. So it looks like Romania and co will be putting up the work. Spain also finally emerged as the last nation from that civil war. They're like, right, we're at peace now. We're staying out of this. Portugal is involved, but they're pretty communist. So yeah, Italy is kind of carrying the team, I think, at the moment. Benito, we'll see how he does. He's got a lot to do. He's defending from the UK, the Soviets, and then obviously they've got Japan to help. But that's about it. Oh, that is unfair. Hungary was... I was looking at the Soviets, and I was like, oh look, Hungary's not in the war. They're doing a great job to stay out of it. So what does Czechoslovakia do? Declare on them, even though they are getting the worst of it from every side. That is... yeah, they're just going in for Hungary as well. So they'll probably end up losing even quicker because of that. But interesting decision. Oh, Spain cannot stay out of the wars. Portugal goes after them. I don't know if Spain will join a faction or not. As you can see from the factions, you've got the Allies, the Czech Entente, not looking so great anymore without France, the South American League, which is just Italy in Europe, and I think someone in South America, Peru, and I think Qing China joined for briefly as well. Oh, I forgot about these guys. We had some impact on Tibet. We turned Tibet communist. We also created the new Afghan Empire by going fascist. I forgot about that. A long time ago for me. Well, I said that it was like half an hour ago, but Feels a long time ago. I completely forgot that I'd like messed this up from the start, and now we're just sort of watching the chaos unfold. But yeah, it looks like this Portugal is gonna stomp on Spain, and will then, I mean, I guess they just keep going, because they were kind of shielded by Spain from war, but now they will be on the front line against the Italian team. Although that said, it's probably not good for the Italians and French that the Portuguese will be coming after them. Who is this? The Soviets managed... Okay, I don't know how they managed to get that. Interesting. So the Soviets are pushing deep into the Balkan territory at the moment. Turkey also just joined against Greece. Yugoslavia is falling, and as you can see, the German Republic has made a big comeback, and it is not looking good for, I think it's the Italian team, right? The Italy... Yeah, the French commune's pretty much gone. Czechoslovakia's gone. It's not. It looks like it's Italy and Spain versus the world in Europe now, once their eastern friends here get taken out by the Soviets and Germans. So that should be the fall of Italy, and then I guess in terms of total capitulation, I think Peru is one that they would need, and obviously Japan then would be standing alone in the east, and Italy has just split into a civil war, which is probably not going to help Mussolini. So yeah, it looks like just Japan would need to be capitulated. The wars have separated, so the Czech Entente would be dependent on Japan, but I believe the South American League would capitulate with the full... Oh no, Italy and Peru would be needed for that one. But they're on their way. Yeah, Italy collapsing pretty quickly to the Region del Sud. Looks like they're about to get Rome pretty quickly. The Soviets have wrapped up Yugoslavia. They're just going into Greece, small other parts of Italy, and there's a peace conference. Boom. Okay, and the UK declares war on Iraq. Portugal took 17 states off of Spain. Soviets took 2. Spain was annexed. Spanish Commune was puppeted. Moroccan's People Republic was puppeted. Equatorial Commune of Guinea and Commune of Western Sahara as well. And the UK versus Iraq. I don't know if Iraq will join a faction or whether this will... It'll just be the Allies beating them up to probably get more oil of some sorts. But yeah, the UK just walking in there. But I think that means we are now... Yeah, okay, no, there is still South American League in a different war. I don't know how that has happened. Who is in this? Oh, so I think Spain died because Spain. Oh, so it's because Spain was fighting by themselves. That's why. That was what that peace deal was. But Italy should also collapse soon, and then it is just waiting for if the US or whoever goes after Peru or not. They did get rid of Mexico. Okay, this is new. Maximalist Portugal declared war on Maximalist Portugal. How on earth did that happen? And it's actually called Spanish Portugal. I am so confused, but that's an interesting one. I think the US being communist combined with the Soviets doing well is leading to just a rise in communism. Like every country that is not sort of your main countries, it's just flipping to communism. Angola, Mozambique, Madagascar is as well. Obviously, I guess France was, so that makes some sense. The Soviets also seem to have a foothold here. Liberian Commune. So it's, yeah, there's a lot of communist nations. Commune of West Sahara. They're all pretty communist, apart from France, who are very fascist. Oh, okay, a few. I thought we got to the end of the wars. We kind of did. There was 3 going on. So there's basically like the whole world v Japan, the whole world v Peru, and the whole world v Portugal. Well, sorry, so just the Soviets v Portugal. As you can see, the Soviets just won that war while I was spectating as Portugal, which is why I got that screen, which made me jump. But the Soviet republics took 1 state. I don't know where that would have been. Spanish Portugal gets 6 states. That's so confusing. Spanish Commune gets 17. Communist China got 1. Maximalist Portugal's annexed, and then there's some puppeting of the already democratic people's republics of the world. So there is basically just 2 wars now left. It is Japan versus, well, the world for the most part. And then there is Peru versus, again, the world. Oh, a new faction emerged in the world. That's the main news. Everything else is not going too well. Hungary, you can hardly see it, but Hungary and Turkey in the Covenant of the Mediterranean, which is a super cool name, but I'm not sure how long that will last, considering it's surrounded by the Allies and the mighty Fourth International. But it's kind of cool. Those two, I mean, Hungary joined the war pretty late, so did Turkey. Hungary, obviously, when Czechoslovakia invaded them, and Turkey tried to attack Greece at the end when the result was kind of already secured. But we are still waiting for that peace deal. There's efforts to push from Chile, but they've been trying for like a year now to get into Peru, so I think we might have reached a stalemate in this one. We'll give it a bit longer to see, but also Japan is losing territory. They got to sort of towards, they were on this river, pretty much pushing into Wuhan, and had got much further in the north. They are starting to get pushed out of China, and I think they're getting pushed back definitely in the north by the Soviets and communists as well. But again, I'm not sure that AI will quite be able to pull off an invasion of the mainland or main islands. Okay, we're finally getting somewhere. Someone has broken in. It looks like Italy has finally got a naval invasion off against the Peruvians, which should end one of our two world wars. Japan is also being pushed out of China, but that, again, they would have to go a lot further than that. But it does seem like Peru now is being broken down. It took a while, took 2 years nearly, but here we go. Yeah, if they cut them off from the coast, that is going to be pretty rough for Peru, and that will lead to the end of one of these, the Soviet-Shanxi War. I mean, these guys are doing a good job. That's a new one. There's still a Micronesian civil war going off, but yeah, once Peru capitulate, that will decide the fate of Qing China, El Salvador, Italy, Estonia, Albania, Latvia, Ethiopia, Mexico, and South Africa. Or part of South Africa, because it had a civil war, but I assume South Africa would just keep the other half. But yeah, Peru should capitulate then fairly soon. And then it is just Japan and French Madagascar hanging on together. Okay, I was wrong about Japan being safe. The Soviets... Actually, that is not the Soviets, that is the UK. The UK have landed in northern Japan, and they have also landed just south of Osaka, so it's kind of a race who will capitulate first, Peru or Japan. It looks like the answer to that might be Japan, because Peru is holding off fairly well, I believe, although, okay, no, it's getting worse. But both wars could be over soon, and we may actually have our peace deal, because as you can see, Japan really struggling in China now, considering they were very close. I think they're at one point they were sort of along this river, past Wuhan, and down towards Chongqing here in the north. They have been absolutely turned around. I'm guessing that's just because there's been so much support from Europe coming through, say, British Raj and up this way, through this way, because obviously Europe has essentially been at peace for 2 years plus now. They're just waiting for those peace deals. Japan and China has been the main battleground, and as you can see, the UK, certainly in the north, has made a lot of ground here. We are definitely going to get a peace conference very soon. It's who goes first. Peru. Okay, Peru's 99%. Japan is not quite there, so I think it will be the Peruvians who go first very soon. We'll get that peace conference. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh, boom. Let's pause. Soviets took 1 state. Poland took 10. US took 5. UK 1. South Africa 5. Communist China 7. Germany 9. Italy 14. British Italy took 14. Estonia annexed, Qing China annexed, Italy annexed, Italian East Africa annexed, Catholic Mexico annexed, Latvia annexed, Nationalist South Africa annexed, Soviet Albania puppeted, Central American Socialist Republic puppeted, Democratic Party has been put power in Peru, Austria liberated, Ethiopia liberated, Mexican Socialist Republic liberated, Kingdom of Libya, Eritrea, Somali Sultanate, and the Republic of Yucatan. So South America looking mostly the same. There's a smaller Mexico, and they don't have the Yucatan Peninsula anymore. The US getting a big chunk of North Mexico. Is this Bahamas? I don't know if that was UK or not before. So that's that. Europe. Okay, British Italy. Albania got liberated. The Soviets. This isn't final yet because there's so many nations that are on. Japan are in the Czech Entente, so Czechoslovakia, France, and I mean France is pretty obvious, I think, where it will go to these guys. But yeah, there's some still stuff to be decided up here, I think. It's not a done deal as such completely. But there we go, that war is over. And yeah, I expect Japan now to be next to capitulate because as you can see, they are... If I just come to someone who's in the region, there you go. They're getting trapped in different areas and are probably going to capitulate pretty soon as well. Oh, another peace deal. I think this is going to be Japan. Right, there we go. UK takes a state. Soviets take a state. America takes 6. British Raj, Communist China. France, Nation Francois take 27. China took 7. German Republic 16. Morocco, Soviet Albania. And then lots of puppeting. Soviet Japan. The UK did all the work there, but I guess there's a Soviet Japan. People's Republic. Okay, let's zoom out and see what the world looks like. So our only wars now are the Soviet Shanxi War, which is relative. It's big, but it's just for Shanxi versus the whole Soviet faction. And the other ones are I couldn't even find these nations. Sorry, Micronesia. I tried. They're in there somewhere. So let's have a look at how the map looks. So North America didn't change too much from that previous peace deal. Neither did South America. Europe, I think, again... Okay, so the Netherlands shrunk, and there is still a fascist Germany. So with... Yeah, like, there was no real change. I mean, they are part of the Allies, which is pretty cursed, but... You've ended up kind of where you started. There is this Polish-German horror show. Basically, Poland just gets Czechoslovakia and the Baltics. Germany's back how they were after the 4 wars that they went through. The Netherlands didn't really get anything. There is a very fascist France. Italy is around with a new leader here with British Italy, Spanish Commune, and the Portugal. Morocco grew a little bit. Libya, Kingdom of Libya is here. Republic of Tunisia as well is liberated. Let's come down to Africa. You've still got Nation Francois territory, Commune of Western Africa. Poland's got some territory. Dahomey is an independent nation, as is Togo. The UK, Niger, Chad, Cameroon, Central African Republic. So basically a lot of the French colonies got released. Congo, Brazzaville, Gabon. Is that more Belgium? No, Guinea. Okay, cool. Belgium, Angola, South Africa, Mozambique, Madagascar is independent. Ethiopia, Somali Sultanate, Eritrea, Djibouti. Then you've got Yemen, Muscat, Andaman. Saudi Arabia, the Iraqi Republic, Syria, Kurdistan, Zoiban Kurdistan now. Who is this? Lebanon is also independent. There are so many independent nations now. Turkey, and there's the Greeks, Albanians. Oh, this is gross. Bosnia, Croatia, Slovenia, Austria, bit of Germany, Soviet Yugoslavia, which is its own nation, which owns bits of Serbia. Montenegro, also its own nation. Romanians, People Republic. Ukraine has some random provinces. Moldavian Socialist Republic. Okay, interesting. And out this way, what do we got? China coming all the way down into Vietnam. Then you do have Vietnam, Cambodia, Siam, Tibet, Jibei Samar, Shanxi, obviously still in the war. Is this an independent Korea? There is a, well, I guess a democratic People's Republic of Korea under Kim Il-sung, which is a puppet of the Soviet Union, or the Union of Soviets. And then Japan here is, yeah, they are also communist. Soviet Japan. So faction wise, Fourth International sort of is Iberia and Morocco. It's the Balkans, Russia and Belarus, some of these states, all the way out to Japan with Korea as well. And then you have the Allies sort of to the south of that, and obviously in North America. So that is a pretty cool world we've ended up with. So only one area where the border gore is like unbearable. Oh, and Indonesia also got their independence, which is pretty cool. I think Australia actually supported them with that. Yeah, they have their own faction together, so that's kind of cool. And then obviously there's still this faction between Hungary and co. Hungary and, well, a smaller Hungary now, and Turkey, which is still pretty cool. But there we go, that's the end of that. I am going to wrap it up there. I don't think they'll fight each other because it's probably just not the focuses to make it happen. And again, that would probably take ages for them to beat each other down if they were to go again. So that's an interesting ending to the world. I mean, the map actually ended up in Europe, at least not too dissimilar. I mean, you've got like the breakup of Yugoslavia, but like the borders of Spain, Portugal, France, Germany to a point are the same. Czechoslovakia is the main missing one, which is sort of now, and the Baltics now part of that, Poland. And yeah, the Balkans out towards Ukraine is a bit messier, but the borders essentially ended up the same. But there we go. It's a pretty cool world. A lot of liberation of new nations as well, which was kind of cool to see. And there you go. That is going to be it for this episode or video. I hope you've enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below if you have, and let me know if you've got some ideas for other alt history type Hoi 4 videos. I do find them really fun to make, and I'm really enjoying this game at the moment, so just let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.